So by way of advice, would you say that your prompts should be short?
I used to write really long prompts. And by writing, I mean, I don't write, I talk. These hands are like too precious for writing now. I just use bespoke prompts to build my software.
So you, for real, with all those terminals, are using voice?
Yeah. I used to do it very extensively, to the point where there was a period where I lost my voice.
You're using voice and you're switching using a keyboard between the different terminals, but then you're using voice for the actual input.
Well, I mean, if I do terminal commands like switching folders or random stuff, of course I type. It's faster, right? But if I talk to the agent, in most ways, I just actually have a conversation. You just press the walkie-talkie button, and then I'm just like, use my phrases. Sometimes when I do PRs, because it's always the same, I have like a slash command for a few things. But in even that, I don't use much, because it's very rare that it's really always the same questions. Sometimes I see a PR, and for for PRs, I actually do look at the code, because I don't trust people. Like, there could always be something malicious in it, so I need to actually look over the code. Yes, I'm pretty sure agent will find it. But yeah, that's the funny part, where sometimes PRs take me longer than if you would just write me a good issue.
Just natural language English. I mean, in some sense, shouldn't that be what PRs slowly become, is English?
Well, what I really tried with that project is I asked people to give me the prompts, and very, very few actually cared. Even though that is such a wonderful indicator, because I actually see how much care you put in. And it's very interesting, because currently the way how people work and drive the agents is wildly different.
In terms of like the prompt, in terms of what are the different interesting ways that people think of agents that you've experienced?
I think not a lot of people ever considered the way the agent sees the world.
So empathy, being empathetic towards the agent.
In a way, empathetic, but yeah, you bitch at your stupid clanker, but you don't realize that they start from nothing, and you have like a bad HSMD file that doesn't help them at all, and then they explore your code base, which is like a pure mess with like weird naming, and then people complain that the agent's not good. Like, you try to do the same if you have no clue about the code base and you go in. So yeah, maybe it's a little bit of empathy.
But that's a real skill. Like when people talk about a skill issue, because I've seen like world-class programmers, incredibly good programmers, basically say LLMs and agents suck. And I think that probably has to do with, it's actually how good they are at programming is almost a burden in their ability to empathize with the system that's starting from scratch. It's a totally new paradigm of like how to program. You really, really have to empathize.
Or at least it helps to create better prompts. Because
Right.
those things know pretty much everything, and everything is just a question away. It's just often very hard to know which question to ask. You know, I feel also like this project was possibly because I spent an ungodly time over the year to play and to learn and to build little things. And every step of the way, I got better. The agents got better. My understanding of how everything works got better. I could have not had this level of output even a few months ago. Like, it really was like a compounding effect of all the time I put into it, and I didn't do much else this year other than really focusing on building and inspiring. I did a whole bunch of conference talks.
Well, but the building is really practice, is really building the actual skill. So playing, and so building the skill of what it takes it to work efficiently with LLMs, which is why you went through the whole arc of software engineer. Talk simply and then overcomplicate things.
There's a whole bunch of people who try to automate the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that works. Maybe a version of that works, but that's kind of like in the 70s when we had the waterfall model of software development. Even though related, right? I started out, I built a very minimal version. I played with it. I need to understand how it works, how it feels, and then it gives me new ideas. I could not have planned this out in my head and then put it into some orchestrator and then like something comes out. Like to me, it's much more my idea, what it will become evolves as I build it and as I play with it and as I try out stuff. So people who try to use like things like Gastown or all these other orchestrators where they want to automate the whole thing, I feel if you do that, it misses style, love, that human touch. I don't think you can automate that away so quickly.